Hi there, Donald here, CEO at Integrate.io. If you're watching this video, it's likely that you have not yet scheduled time to speak with us. And so the goal of this video is really just to help you understand a bit more about Integrate.io, the use cases that we are strong at, and to see if there's a fit that for your use case that you're looking to work on. So first off, I'd like to just talk a quick bit about the overall integration space. And so with that, ETL is a very broad category. And for us, the way we look at it, we see two different subcategories within ETL. And the first is analytical ETL. This is, okay, if your use case is to have dashboards across your company and BI reporting, and that's more on the analytical side, right? You're looking to empower people to be able to make data-driven decisions. And the second one then is operational ETL, and that is much more around day-to-day operations in your companies. You may have manual tasks you need to automate, or you may have any sort of operations within the company that are like non-data-driven decision making. It's more just like for actual powering company processes, for automating tasks that are done manually currently, and that is more around the operational side of things, right? And so if we look at the analytical, then we have sort of two different ways to prepare data for analytical ETL or for analytical reporting. The first up is using ETL tool where you do transformations on the actual platform itself before you load data into a data warehouse, and then put the BI tool on top of the data warehouse. With that use case, so for us, Integrate.io, we have a cloud-based ETL solution. It supports over 220 different transformations in a low-code manner, right? So you don't have to write any sort of code to be able to do these transformations. And so if your use case does center around looking for a solution that empowers your team to be able to prepare data and transform data without having to write any lines of code in terms of SQL, in terms of Python or anything, then that's where we fit in pretty strongly with that use case. The second option then is around if you want to do transformations actually after you load data into your data warehouse. So with this approach, it's called ELT. And with that, it's you extract, you load it into your data warehouse, and then you use a tool, something like dbt, which is like a SQL-based tool to be actually to do your transformations in your data warehouse. So it really depends on sort of your team structure and your team skill sets as to which way you wish to do that. But if you are looking for the ETL approach to do transformations in a low-code manner before loading into a data warehouse, then Integrate.io could definitely be a good fit. If you're looking to do the ELT approach where you want to load it into your data warehouse and use dbt after, we do offer replication on our sources, but if you're looking, say, choosing based on either the large number of connectors in the market for an ELT replication approach to that, then no, we may not be the best fit for you. But if you need demands around, say, real-time replication to your data warehouse, so for us, we offer every 60-second replication, which is pretty unique in the market, one of the fastest replications out there, then it could be a fit for us. And then operational ETL, this is really where Integrate.io excels. Like this is our primary, what we do really well at. And so we are a leader in operational ETL. The first use case then is around loading data into either CRMs or ERPs. And so with that, the most common ones are loading data into either Salesforce. So we are one of the leading solutions for loading data into Salesforce. And then also loading into HubSpot, which is getting pretty popular right now. And then also into NetSuite. So again, this can be from any sort of source, from like file-based, from ERPs, database, APIs, into Salesforce, HubSpot, or NetSuite. And obviously you can use the full transformation layer to transform that data before loading into these destinations. The second use case then is around working with file data. And so again, one of our most popular use cases on our platform is loading data or working with file data. And so oftentimes this happens when companies start off, you have to manually prepare 1 file, 2 file, 3 file from your clients who send you in file data. And then you have, next thing you know, you have 50 clients, and it's taking hours of everyone's week to actually prepare this data to load either into your system or to share it to partners, whatever that file use case is. But essentially, if you're spending too much time manually preparing data with files, then we should definitely speak because we can help with that. And so with this, again, it can be loading data from, no, oftentimes it's SFTP, is a file server where your customers or your vendors, partners are loading that data in for you. And then you either need to push this out into your own system, like a database, or into out to other SFTP servers to share with either, again, to clients, to partners, etc. with them. So anything file related, we should definitely speak because it's one of our strongest use cases. And then the third one is around powering data products. And so this is, again, for any kind of, if your company is building data products, so you may have, say, in your application, you may have external facing dashboards that are built into your product that your customers view, right? That data is powered from your database, your production database, but you obviously don't want to connect are pulled directly from the database, you can put too much pressure on and potentially impact your application. So what you do there is you replicate data from your database into a data warehouse, and then you extract the data from the data warehouse and push into your dashboards in your application. Again, having that real time as fast as possible replicated from your database to your data warehouse is pretty critical, because your customers expect the dashboards to be up to date in real time. So again, with us, we have a CDC solution, which offers the fastest replication to market at every 60 seconds and allows you to replicate that data into your data warehouse and then to power your data product with that. So that is a quick overview of the ETL landscape where we play. As I said, sort of the core pieces are, if you're looking for analytical ETL, we really excel at the ETL, doing transformations beforehand with our low-code system, our low-code platform. If you don't have, if you're looking to empower users who may not have the coding backgrounds, you can actually do transformations themselves. And then on the operational side of things, that's really where we're number one at operational ETL. And so loading data into Salesforce, HubSpot, NetSuite, file automation, file preparation, anything file related for cleaning, and then powering data products with real-time CDC. So let's go ahead then and hop into a quick demo of our platform. And so let's start off here. So first up, we want to create a new package to build a pipeline with. And for this example, we're going to do SFTP to MySQL. We have here then two different types of packages you can build. The first one is a data flow. This is where we build out our standard data pipeline. And so it's connecting from your source, doing transformations, and then pushing into your destination. The workflow then is a more advanced feature that allows you to build dependencies between multiple pipelines. And so for that example, you may have like one package you need to run first, and then after it runs successfully, run package 2. If it doesn't run successfully, if package 1 doesn't run successfully, then proceed to a different package or a different path. So you can either choose to execute packages, to run SQL tasks, or to move files with this. So it's again more like orchestration, but it's a pretty popular feature on our platform. And then we do also have templates here that allow you to pre-build templates that just accelerate your pipeline building. With this, we're going to start a blank canvas. And so our whole platform is built around ease of use, right? It's point and click, drag and drop interface. It empowers both the technical and also the non-technical users to be able to build and manage their pipelines. So first up is here, we need to choose a source. We can ingest data from essentially any source, right? Whether it's on the file side of things, whether it's databases, URPs, REST APIs, anything, you name it, we can ingest from it. And so in this example, I'm going to pull in from a file. And so we will choose our connection here. I'm going to use a SFTP server. I have a file then that I know is called customer. It's a CSV file. In terms of files, we can ingest any kind of file, right? Whether it's CSV, Excel, JSON, XML, any sort of file supported. And then when we look down here, we can choose our delimiters. Again, we have the standard ones. You can also do custom, whatever your file requirements. We deal with a lot of pretty messy files, and so we can handle anything. Again, string qualifier here, you can choose as well. And then there's the option to choose how you want to ingest data. Do you want incremental load? For this use case, we only have one file here, so it's going to process this one directly. And then the last step here is it actually just shows you a preview of what data looks like. So when we see what data looks like here, right, we can see that this is a file type with a bunch of customer related data. So we can look at it here in the table format, or we can also just view the raw, and again, just shows us the expected format that we know it's coming through as. And last step then, just click save, and that is our source done. So we're now ingesting data onto the platform. And the second piece then is our transformation layer. And the transformation layer is really where we are strongest at. It's our whole platform is built around this transformation layer. And so we have transformations both on a field level and also on a table level. And so first up, I'm going to do a filter. And so I'll choose my filter here. I'll bring this down and add it to the pipeline. And what I want to filter on is I want to filter emails, and so I want to remove any emails or any rows of data that do not contain an email, right? So I'll choose text is not empty. And then I'd also like to filter out for any company names that are not present as well. So again, company name, text is not empty. So this is just going to filter out both of these. I'll click save. And so that is my first transformation done on a table level. The next transformation I like to do is on a field level. And so for that, I'll choose our select component. And in here, I can bring in the fields from the previous step. And then if I click here, we have what we call our expression editor. So this opens up a field level transformation options that have over 220 of these, right? And so there's pretty rare to find a transformation you can't perform, given the array of them. But it's everything from formatting date times, which is pretty popular, to working with different data types. And there's JSON here, encryption for security. It's, as I said, there's pretty much everything you can do here. So in this case, I want to use the lower function. And what this is going to do is going to lowercase all the email addresses, right? So let's say, for example, in this case, I have all these email addresses in different capitalized formats. I want to include this and just put these in brackets and choose email. And so this is going to lower every email address that comes through that pipeline. So I can save that and I can just see it comes through here. And then let's say, for example, I want to add a new column, right? So I want to add in a UUID, a unique identifier. So I can choose, go back here, I can choose my UUID expression. I just put in here, put in the brackets, and then this will generate a unique identifier for each row that comes through, right? And so I'll just name that here as UUID. And then I'm happy with these transformations, right? The files in the format I need to load into my database. And so with that then, that is the final step of my transformations. Obviously these transformations I'm showing you are pretty basic. We can do everything and get incredibly complex depending on your needs, right? So it scales very much just based on your requirements. The last step here is then I need to load data into my destination. So I'm going to choose my database here. I'll choose my connection. I have a MySQL already connected. And then in terms of that, I just need to choose either my schema or my table view. I know I have a table view called data, so I'm going to load in there. And again, there's more advanced options here. If you want to run some SQL either before or after loading into your destination, your database, you can do that. And also you can choose stuff like increasing the batch size for performance and etc. with that. I'm just going to leave these as standard. And the final step then is to actually map over my fields, right? And so I can see here I've auto-filled, and these just map up to first name, etc. with these. And no, it's pretty good. It's clean, good to go. So that is the final step, and I have my first data pipeline built out. What I can do now is I can just run that manually while testing just to see that it performs as expected. And once I have that built out, then I can choose to actually schedule a job. And so with our platform, we have a full orchestration layer. It allows you to schedule jobs from every 5 minutes to whatever time frequency you need. So it has everything covered for that. And then on our platform itself, we have a dedicated support team who are data engineers themselves. So if you look down here in the bottom left corner, we can just click here and choose live support. It's a live chat feature where you can speak with the support engineers. And then we also have a fully documented database or knowledge base that allows you to just read it through all the various options on the platform, transformations, etc. And then once in terms of our overall evaluation, we are very big on customer support, and that's not just from our own support team, it's across the whole company. So when you schedule a time to speak with us, on that very first call, you'll have a dedicated solution engineer to join you on that call. They'll answer any technical questions you have. They'll give you a quick demo of the platform, and then that dedicated solution engineer stays with you the whole way through evaluation, and then also through implementation, right? So once if you become a client, then they'll be with you right through onboarding, essentially there until you get into production, right? Until you get your pipelines fully built out. After that, you're handed off to our customer success team, and you obviously have our 24/7 dedicated customer support team. So you're in great hands. As I said, we're big on really value relationships, and we want to provide the best service possible to our customers. So we live by that as a company. And then as well as that, obviously from a security standpoint, we're fully SOC 2 compliant, we are HIPAA compliant, GDPR compliant. So for us, we have a very experienced security team that loves to work with other security teams to ensure that best practices, compliance, etc. are all met. So that is a quick overview of our platform. I hope this is the goal of this was just to help you understand what our solution is, to see if it could be a fit. If it is a fit, we'd love to speak with you and potentially work with your team. So feel free to schedule time with one of our team to understand your use case more and discuss how we can help solve your integration needs. Thank you.